Yeah, what's up, everybody? Everybody on YouTube. Rest in peace to Oscar Grant, as always, and condolences to his family and friends, as always. This video really hurts me to do, but it's about our boys, the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, and the media. This is the truth about what's going on and what happens, seems like every year for the last couple of years now. I like Jerry Jones, and of course I love my team, the Dallas Cowboys. Forgive me because I have on a different jersey right now. I could perpetrate and not show you, but I'll be honest, this is a different jersey because my Cowboys jersey is not clean right now. I know you can't smell it through the video camera, but just trying to, be honest here. But anyhow, back to the situation at hand, the topic at hand, excuse me. This is what I think happens to the Cowboys every year for the last couple of years. Jerry Jones is a media person. He likes to listen to the media and hear what they got to say and what have you. So every year before the season starts, they hype him up and say, oh yeah, the Cowboys are the Super Bowl contenders or what have you. And he buys into that. He eats it up, he absorbs it, and what happens is it spreads through to the team and I guess through the coaches or what have you, because they start thinking we're Super Bowl contenders without doing the work to be contenders. They're looking past each game, it seems like to me. They just assume they're going to win, although they have the potential to win, at least I'd say 10 to 13 games a year. It's to me, it's as if they're looking past these games, and a lot of times, especially last year, it seemed like they were walking through the first few quarters, okay, and they just expect to win at the end. You can't do it like that all the time. It doesn't matter how good you are, because you're in the NFL, you're playing other guys that are good, okay, and they know how to win too. That's what it seemed like to me. They go through 2 or 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter, oh, now we're gonna win. You have to be trying to win from the beginning of the game, not just at the end. You need to have that mentality through all 4 quarters, okay? Now, like I said, Jerry Jones lets the media hype him up, okay? It seems like, I'd say about 3 years ago, they started that. And the Cowboys didn't get to the Super Bowl. So it seems to me like the media uses that as a jinx because they don't like the Cowboys. They don't. They hate on us. They love those New England Patriots. They love them. They let them, and so does Roger Goodell, because he lets Bill Belichick get away with anything he wants. Okay, the Cowboys. I'm not gonna say that Goodell treats us the worst, but there's no question that I feel that the Patriots get favored a lot in the treatment that they receive. But Jerry Jones, this is from my heart, and I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful to you, but you have to change your thinking. You cannot let the media run your show. Just like they convinced you to get rid of Terrell Owens when we needed him, okay? And I've got to say that his time with the Cowboys, there weren't the so-called antics that people usually associate with him, I think he was effective when he was thrown to. I mean, he dropped some passes, but I don't think that he hurt the team as much as people want to believe. I think that he was an asset to the team, and even if he doesn't catch a pass, having him on the field is enough sometimes to make the defense worry. And you need a receiver like that. I think that Roy Williams is coming along, and if they work on it, he can be effective. Of course, we have Miles Austin. We don't have Patrick Creighton anymore, but we got the new guy. I don't want to say it's, I think it's Dez Bryant. I was about to say Dez White. We have Dez Bryant. We have the receivers, okay? And we definitely have the best, I think we have the best set of running backs in the NFL, okay? So there's no, the problem is also that, one, you know, you spent all this money on Tony Romo, but yet you did no effective search for a good backup this year or last. You know, the wake-up call should have been when, look, remember that year when we had Brad Johnson? I have nothing against Brad Johnson, okay, but he was like 40 years old at the time, which isn't necessarily bad, but, you know, his heart wasn't in it, I don't think. If you're going to get a backup, you have to do one or two things. You have to get someone out of college that showed some potential while they was there, that you can work into, you know, to the games at the end or when your guy's hurt. Or you have to get a quarterback with NFL experience between, I'd say between the ages of 28 and about 35. Because a guy that's about 35 in the NFL, especially a quarterback, you can probably get another year or two out of him. And then you've got a year or two, as long as he's healthy, to set up for the next person. You can't just say, well, I spent all this money on Tony Romo, so I'm going to use him until it's done. No. A lot of these teams, period, what they don't do is they don't let their backup guys get enough reps. And then what happens is, when your starter gets hurt, the backup guy comes in, hey, look, man, everything is screwed up and this is awful and we're down by 70 points, so you get in and try and win the game now. You can't put all that pressure on the guy, you know? Let him come in at the end towards the end of games, even if it's in the last 2 minutes, so he can, you know, hand the ball off or just take a knee, just so he can get in the game and get some experience. You can't have a guy sitting on the bench all year or all those years, and then when the starter gets hurt, you throw him in there cold turkey and tell him, okay, go ahead, win the game. It doesn't work like that. They've got to get some experience, because the first thing the defense is going to do is blitz him. That's a given, okay? So we made a mistake was made by running Romo into the ground, and there was no need to even do that because, like I said, we have the best running back tandem. What should have happened is we should have been running the ball more, because our offensive line isn't that great. The best thing for an offensive line that's having problems is running the ball, okay? Because it makes life easier on them. When it's a pass play, they have to hold guys up. They have to defend the line. They have to protect the line until the receivers get down the field, especially if it's a long pass play or what have you. Whereas with a running play, you just have to block the guy long enough for the running back to get past the line of scrimmage. After that, you can take your breath because your job is done. That's why I think offensive lines love running plays, because now they get to be the aggressors. They get to be more aggressive as well. That's what I think should have happened. It's probably too late now, but we should have done a lot more running. That's what you need to do when you have a bad offensive line. You know? And like I said, Jerry Jones, you can't let the media dictate to you how you're going to have things, okay? And whoever you have next as your coach, whether it's going to be Jason Garrett or whoever, you're going to have to take the chance and become a little more, or maybe a lot more, hands-off. You're going to have to let them run the show, okay? And I don't think that Jerry Jones hates Wade Phillips. I don't think anybody hates Wade Phillips. Maybe it just didn't work out or whatever. But, you know, I hope Wade Phillips gets another job. I liked him as the Cowboy coach. I think he was probably a better fit as far as the players go than anybody they've had in a while. You know, I don't think the players really loved Parcells. They liked the fact that he had won a Super Bowl. You know, that was something that they all could appreciate. But I don't know that they all loved him, because when you listen to how Parcells talks to people, he's not exactly a pleasant guy to deal with all the time. I think Wade Phillips was somebody that the players could respect and enjoy working for and with. Now I don't know. I mean, I think Jason Garrett should have the same, should have a similar, how can I put it, relationship, because you know the players have already dealt with him, you know, at least to a certain degree. So all we can do is hope for next year, people. Peace out, and go Cowboys with whatever we got left to go with.